Okay, so today we're going to be talking about hypertension. Uh, Hypertension is also known as high blood pressure, basically a silent killer. Hypertension is characterized by high arterial pressure exerting too much pressure on the artery walls. The increased pressure causes damage to some of the blood vessels, which can lead to complications. Hypertension affects 30% of Americans, leading to up to 60,000 deaths per year. Hypertension affects approximately 86 million adults in the United States. To provide more detail or information about hypertension, today I will be talking to you about signs and symptoms, risk factors, and ways to prevent hypertension. First, I will tell you about the signs and symptoms of hypertension. According to the heart.org website, there are reasons why hypertension is called a silent killer. Most of the time, hypertension has no obvious symptoms to indicate something is wrong. Hypertension is one of those health problems that can sneak up on you. A diagnosis of hypertension must be confirmed by a medical doctor. High blood pressure can develop slowly over time. The force and friction of high blood pressure damages the delicate tissues and arteries. If you really have high blood pressure, there may be symptoms to look out for: severe headache, chest pain, and irregular heartbeat. Now that you know about the signs and symptoms of hypertension, I will tell you about the risk factors. As stated on the heart.org website, a number of factors and variables can put you at a greater risk for developing hypertension. There are risk factors related to you and also factors that can be modified by yourself. Risk factors related to you are family history. If your parents or close relatives have high blood pressure, there's an increased chance that you may get it too. Age: the older you are, the more likely you are to get hypertension. As we age, our blood pressure gradually loses some of its elasticity, quality, which can contribute to increased blood pressure. And also race. African Americans tend to develop hypertension more often than people of any other racial background in the United States. Modifiable risk factors are those that we can change ourselves. Little to no physical activity. Not getting enough physical activity increases your chances of getting hypertension. Too much sodium. A diet high in salt consumption carries an additional risk of hypertension. And drinking too much alcohol. Regular heavy use of alcohol can cause your blood pressure to increase dramatically and cause many other health problems. Now that I've told you about the signs and symptoms as well as the other risk factors of hypertension, I can tell you about some of the ways it can be prevented. High blood pressure cannot be cured, however, it can be managed effectively through lifestyle changes and diet. Lifestyle changes can help prevent your chances of getting hypertension. Getting regular exercise. People who exercise 20 to 50% have a 20 to 50% lower risk of getting hypertension than people who are not active. Reducing the salt intake. Cutting back on salts can prevent hypertension. Reducing stress or reduce stress. Stress can make the blood pressure go up over time and may contribute to hypertension. There are also other nutrients that may also help prevent hypertension. Fish oils are one of the types called omega-3 fatty acids. It's found in fatty fish like mackerel and salmon. Large amounts of fish oil may help to reduce hypertension. Potassium, eating foods such as bananas are high in potassium will decrease chances of hypertension. Garlic, there has been some evidence suggesting that garlic affects lower blood pressure, in addition to improving cholesterol and reducing some cancers. In conclusion, through my demonstration, you have heard about the signs and symptoms of hypertension, some of the risk factors, and some of the ways it can be prevented. As I have previously mentioned, hypertension affects approximately 86 million adults in the United States. Being that hypertension is a silent killer, monitoring your blood pressure can do more help than harm and is especially important if it is hereditary. As they say, if you know better, you do better. Thank you for joining my presentation. The sources used for this presentation were webmd.com, heart.org, and emedicine.medscape.com. That's it.